All right, so we about to get started. Y'all know the name, what it is. It's, the class tonight is the ISUPK Brotherhood and Sisterhood class. What we're gonna talk about is brothers and sisters that lead the truth. But and we could also go into other things too as well. But that's going to be the topic tonight. If you got any questions, make sure you get them in the chat. If you got anything you want to chime in on the class, whatever, do that too as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm going to go ahead and play this quick video, and then we'll be right back. All right.
I'm gonna keep it 55th straight.
Shout out ISUPK.
Let's go ahead. His watchmen are blind.
His watchmen are what?
Blind.
His watchmen are what?
Blind.
That's what need to be. That's what need to be happening. There need to be more black women loving their husbands.
Religion, if you serve any religion, you're serving another God. The word religlia is the Latin word that means to separate or divide. That's the root word of the word religion. Now, if you serve any religion that's not in the Bible, you're serving another God. There's no religion in the Bible.
It's that nonsense. And that's why he raising up his priests and prophets here in the ISUPK.
Shout out ISUPK. Classes all week, 7, 5, 9 p.m. The brothers dropping that knowledge. Get in class. No excuses. Don't see no motherfucking customer.
They got them chips coming in there, you know what I mean? They got them ties coming in.
You can do some things. You know, you can do some things.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Hey, so shout out to everybody, man, that's in the chat, man. We got Donisa Jones, of course, always in the building. Big Maine, always in the building. Hey, look, I want to see that name change soon. I don't know what you're doing, but let's see it change, man. 90 days, right? Or maybe it might not be. Maybe it might be a little late. Maybe it might be another month. I don't know. We're going to see. All right, if you in class or not. Barack Wanah, what's going on, Barack Wanah? Canada in the building. Olivia Arnold. Where's she from? School of San Bernardino. Damn, it's like, what? It's like 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock class. All right, no sweat. Shara from Mississippi. In Brooklyn, New York. All right. In Trooper Tazawa. And Hawkins. Micah. Hawkins. All right, no sweat. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. And what's up with those glasses, man? Why you got those glasses on? Because what? Oh, no, okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about his brothers and sisters who lead the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, make sure. Look, when you get a matter of fact, let me go ahead. Let me just tag somebody in the room real quick. Start going off of Clubhouse too. That's what I'm about to do. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm just going to just send this out. All right, so we got 12 watching on YouTube. Shout out to the people on YouTube. All right, let's see. $20.23. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go in on YouTube and I'm gonna see who's in there on YouTube. Let me see. Let me see if I could just tag a few people just on my personal phone. All right. Rachel Ross, she's already here. You know what I don't get, man? You know, like, I think it's like, you know, a lot of our people, man, they really don't want to like really know the truth about anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like they walk past camp, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like that shows you, man, that what we're doing is right, 100% right. I was actually reading something today, just as a sidebar, real quick, Matala Pa, you know what I'm saying? Real quick before we get started, I was reading this book called The Conquest. Remember I was telling you about yesterday, The Conquest of Guinea. The song, I know I'm butchering the title, but it's about a Portuguese explorer who was writing down in a manifesto about like the things that he encountered back in the 1400s. You know what I'm saying? In Africa, along the west coast of Africa, like when the slave trade started. Now, one thing interesting in the book that I found, and I'm going to bring it out later, but one of the interesting things that I saw was they was having Moors. Moors was taking them down around to different places and helping them navigate. You know what I'm saying? Like the Moors. And they was over there like, you know, taking captives or whatever from Africa, right? They're taking captives and they're taking them back to Portugal. But it was one passage I was reading where they were saying that the Moors told them, hey, go, let's go over here to the land where the Negroes are. It made a clear distinction between the Moors and the Negroes and the Africans. You know what I'm saying? Because they showed like other Africans that were around. They showed like they even mentioned like Lagos, you know, Lagos and all them different places like that. But when they specifically said, they said when he was like, I was reading, it said where the Negroes were, it was lush, like it was green, it was real green, and it was they said the cattle was trained, it was a tamed cattle, and they said when the Portuguese came, this is like the guy's account. He said when they came up to the shore, a bunch of men came out. You know what I'm saying? But he said that we had spears. He said they had spears and they had shields, but you know the Portuguese had guns. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, you know, and they actually jumped. At first, they wasn't going to go like, okay, they couldn't get like all the way up to the shore with their boats because at the time, you know how like they had them big slave ships where they had like them big old what's they called, them things that help you push the things that, you know, once the wind catch it, it pushes the boat forward. Sails. But sails. Yeah, the sails. But the thing was, it was like the Portuguese, they were more advanced in naval, you know what I'm saying, in naval capabilities than the other nations. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the other nations, like the British and the French and all of them, the Portuguese were like, they would be like what you would consider like the, you know, technologically advanced for the time that they were in with their ships and stuff like that. So they had a way, like sometimes they couldn't get like close to land because of the wind. You know what I'm saying? The wind would keep them further out, or a storm or something like that would keep them further out. But they actually, when they was able to get up closer to the land or whatever, they jumped in the water, and it said like the water was up to their necks or whatever, and they went up in the on the inner part, and they fought against the Negroes who were there in that land, and they was able to take. And they said they was able to take some men and women, but they actually, when they went, he said that, and this is all, the reason I'm saying this is because it makes a clear distinction when it talks about the Negroes, because like it said he walked in a tent and he saw a little Negro boy and a little Negro girl. You know what I'm saying? But if it's all Africa, then why wouldn't it just say that he found a little African boy or he found a little African girl? It specifically says this is where the land of the Negroes are, specifically making a distinction, and it was in Guinea. I think that's how you say it, Guinea or whatever. But I'm reading the book. I got part 1 and part 2. I'll bring it in once I read a little bit more. But once I saw that Negro, once I saw the first Negro in the book, man, I started reading, man. I was on that all morning. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. Showing the difference between us and the Africans, man, and they knew it, man. This book is not like it's not even like a book you would read, like more so like the really, like a book you would like read, like, oh, I'm gonna check out this book. It's like a person that's actually writing this down, and it's translated into English, and it clearly says that in Africa it was a place called the land of the Negroes. Go ahead.
Let me see the. So I mean that just further coincides with history. If you're talking about how this book was written in the 1400s, you said.
Yeah.
So if it's written in the 1400s, then it coincides. This is what 200 years before Emmanuel Bowen, the famous cartographer that drew the map of West Africa.
Yeah.
Negro land on there. Everybody knew that it was these group of people here that was different than everybody else.
Yeah.
In the continent, because why would Negro land just be in this one spot and not the whole place called Negro land? And like at one time they used to call a big portion of it Ethiopia.
Right, yeah, because I saw that it had like an old map, and it was talking about like how the Ethiopia was way bigger than it was back. Way bigger than it is now.
Right.
And it wasn't even called like the Atlantic Ocean. It was called like the Ethiopian Ocean. It wasn't even called like it was. But clearly, like to your point, it said that there was a difference. It said that this is the land of the Negroes, and I'm like, damn. If we African, then it wouldn't even have to say to make the distinction.
Right, and then even like I said, so if that book was written in the 1400 or like what would be considered the 15th century, then like a couple of hundred years later, you got Emmanuel Bowen making this map, right? Mm-hmm. Which you can find in the Negro Question, but then you still got 100 or so years later, the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary still coinciding with history because it says, Ham, the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes.
Right.
So all through history, you can find these little tidbits that distinguishes us from the African.
Yeah, I'm definitely. Y'all stay tuned, man. I'm gonna do a class on showing that. I'm gonna give a class showing that Africans so Israelites, you know what I'm saying, showing that we were in Africa, that we were separated from the Africans. I'm gonna bring all that out, you know what I'm saying. Just give me a little bit of time and I'm gonna bring it out. All right, so the Library of Congress, okay, Most High in Christ. Big Main said in the Library of Congress, he said it shows where they took. It says in the Library of Congress, it shows where they took us from in the Library of Congress. Yeah, and yeah, that's wild. All right, so let me get Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. No sweat.
I got it. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1?
Yeah.
All right. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 1. Mm-hmm. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right. So that's for every brother and sister in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to prepare your soul for temptation because it's going to come. You know, whatever your vice was, if it's you want to cut somebody out. It could be it could be women. It could be all of those things. It could be you like to fight. But remember, when you make this decision to say that you want to come into the truth, you want to serve the Lord, remember that you have to prepare your soul for temptation, right? Because remember, Satan comes in seasons. Seasons, all right? Comes in seasons. You know, you might get a time where, Satan might not be on you like he normally would be. Because it might be a time where, everything is going good, ain't really nothing going on like that. You know what I'm saying? So remember, Satan comes in season. So it says, if my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Keep going.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right. So that's the grind. Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. That's the constant grind. All of us in here, we constantly enduring, we're constantly grinding. And it's something that, the brother or the sister that, is not down to do those things can't understand. Can't understand. It's about longevity. It's about giving the truth, your years in this, and that comes it's about giving the truth your years. All right. Go ahead.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
That means not to run. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, before you come into the truth, you want to weigh the cost of the war and how much and what it's going to actually take. You know what I mean? And what it's going to take is it's going to take everything that you have. It's going to take your time, right? It's going to take from your marriage. It's going to take from, your children. It's going to take from your free time. It's going to take from all of those things. But you got to constantly endure if you want to come to serve the Lord, right? Go ahead.
If I may.
Mm-hmm.
I think that when brothers and sisters come into the school, you first learning about being in the truth and everything like that. You heard about Yahweh Shai coming back. You get into the truth. You ain't here for your first year. You're like, he ain't came back yet. You know what I mean? Yahweh Shai ain't came back yet.
Yeah.
Man, this take longer than 2 years. This take longer than a year. Oh right. Man, look, man, I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of brothers. That's why a lot of brothers they came in 1999. A lot of brothers came into the truth. A lot of sisters came into the truth. They flooded in the truth in 1999 because they thought Christ was coming back in 2000. So, I think a lot of times people don't realize that, you may die and Christ not return. Right. You may get old and Christ, might not return in that time. So, a lot of times when people when they see that and the reality sets in, they don't want to do it anymore. So instead of you just leaving and just, being truthful with yourself, you want to get death by the sisterhood. You want to get death by the brotherhood. You know what I mean? I know I said this before, but you know how they say a cop, suicide by cop? That's because you're not man enough to kill yourself. Right. So you're gonna go and act like you're pulling a gun out in front of a cop so that he can shoot you and kill you because you don't have enough balls to kill your damn self. You know what I mean? So what sisters and brothers will do when they want to leave the school, since you don't have enough balls to just kill yourself off and leave, you try to figure out a way to just leave by killing yourself off with the brotherhood or the sisterhood. So now it's about everybody else. It's about everybody else. It ain't never about you. It's always about everybody else. And so you'll figure out a way to get out of here. So you'll say, well, they don't have no brotherhood in there, or they don't have no sisterhood in there, and then that's what it'll end up being. Go ahead.
So somebody seemed like they confused.
Where?
Olivia Arnold.
Where's it?
I don't know if they're asking that to you.
Okay. Olivia Arnold. Okay, I think that's what. Okay, you said if somebody's African, they can't come into the truth. If they're a Hamite, no. This ain't for them. This is for the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Now, is our brothers over there in Africa, in places in the four corners of the earth? Yes, we do have brothers everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Lord be with them on coming into the truth. But at this point, what we're gathering together is the brothers and sisters that are over in North, Central, and South America. You know what I mean? And I tell this to everybody who asks that question. It's like, when we get to a point of, where we can come together, like, the brother that's in Detroit, you know what I mean? It's plenty of Israelites where I live at. They all, you know where they at? They on the corner hustling and selling drugs. So before I start to worry about, brothers over in Africa, I have to worry about the brothers here first, because that's what the main focus is for us to get brothers over here. You know what I mean? It's a lot of dangers to going to other places and looking for Israelites, because Joy Morgan lost her life behind that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who's who. The Lord will add the 12 tribes. The Lord's going to sift the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, we don't need to be going to Vietnam and focusing on Vietnam when, New York is hell. Bronx, Brooklyn.
No Israelites.
At least we know it's Israelites there. We know there's Israelites in Philly. You know what I mean? In North Philly, in K&A. You know what I'm saying? We know that there's Israelites there. We know Israelites are in Riverside Projects. You know what I mean? We at least got to focus there first. And, then the Lord will add, is the rest of Israel that's on, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to, go land and sea, to go try to get somebody in the truth from Vietnam. It's like, all right, go ahead. Hopefully that answers the question.
Go ahead.
And yeah, and they say, what is it, the Igbo and all them different people, they might be Israelites. I don't know. I'm just focusing on the brothers that's here right now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Salaki, if I may, and with the advent of the internet, we can reach those brothers in Africa or Japan or wherever they are, you know what I mean? So that's the greater work that Christ is going to do.
Yeah, that's right. But it starts with here, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Right.
We got to get a brother. At least we know they Israelites.
Right.
The brothers that's right outside that's asking for money. We know he's an Israelite. The brother that's at the light, you know what I mean? When you get up to the light, this brother walked up to my damn car at, it was like 6:20 in the morning. He walked up to the car. I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? He was like, and I know he is Israelite. You know what I mean? That's the brother we got to focus on. All right. All right, no sweat. So go ahead, you can keep reading. Could you go from the top, please, so we can reset the room?
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. So just real quick, just to interrupt you real quick, but yeah, in the time of trouble, because a lot of times, brothers, soon as you leave the truth because you get offended, that's really what it boils down to. Or you're too much of a bitch to go and tell a brother that you feel a certain way about him. Or you're too much of a bitch for a sister to tell another sister that, hey, I don't like the way you wronged me. I don't like what you did or whatever like that. So what we do is you avoid the person. You avoid the person and you try to stay away from them. But that's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's a bad thing to do, because it's going to fester in you, and you're going to you're gonna try to ostracize that person. Meaning, like, when it's time to go to the club, you don't want to ask them to go to the club. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, well, I don't want to ask her, or I don't want to ask him because I don't really like him. But you got to fight that demon within yourself to maintain brotherhood and sisterhood.
So like, one time I seen a brother who, it wasn't nobody that was in the school. It was like his family. You know that, in the time of trouble, like, your family be on your back. Your family, like, hey, you used to do this, you used to do that, or why, or they might talk about the truth. They might not view the truth the way you view the truth. So they talk about it and trash it, and then it's like, because you scared to wear this Israelite badge, because you scared to wear your shields out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you scared to wear your shields out, then you leave. It's just easier to just join everybody else.
Right. It's gonna be problems along the way. I had my share of problems along the way. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's gonna make you stronger in the end. The point is to make a concerted effort to actually change. right? Remember I said it one time before, you can't put new wine into old bottles. Because what happened? What happened? They was breaking, right. Wasn't it? That scripture came more alive than ever when that happened. When I actually saw it. I remember Kwayasha was like, yo, the bottles is breaking. And I was like, damn, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean? The hell? You know what I mean? Wow. And then brother come over, yo, a bottle just broke over there. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the, you know what I mean? What the hell is going on? What the hell is all these? It's like a goddamn magic or something. You know what I'm saying? The bottles is breaking. But at the time, I didn't realize that that's exactly what the scripture is saying. And how it's going to break is you're gonna break. You're gonna leave the truth. And when a brother leaves the school, ain't no real coming back from that. When a sister leaves the school, ain't no coming back from that. It really ain't. I got a scripture on it to show you, but it really ain't no coming back. Ain't really nothing you can do to say to them. And just as a default, they're going to just figure out a way to love everybody on the other nations. You know what I mean? That's just like the prevailing thing that's in the air. It's pretty much like us loving everybody and coming together. That's like our default, you know what I mean, as being black. You know, it's like something that's just in our DNA. Our DNA is we got to be the brotherhood nation to the world. You know what I mean? We got to be that. We just got to love everybody, and everybody don't love us. You know what I'm saying? And that's through pain, trauma, fear, you know what I'm saying? All of those things added in. Psychology, all of those things that make the black man, the black woman who they are today. And today we are people that hate each other and love everybody else. And because we do that, we're able to be exploited in our neighborhoods. Our black market is able to be exploited because we love everybody else and we hate each other. And we think that if you hate anything, you're going to go to hell. You know what I mean? And that's really, you know, what these pastors is out here, you know, teaching people. Sucks, man. I tell you, it's a pastor upstairs, right? It's a pastor upstairs. We watch people walk past this door and go on the elevator and go upstairs. That pastor upstairs was a child, he was convicted child molester. But if they knew that they probably already know that he's a child molester. But do you think that they would stop going to the church if they knew that, if they really gave a damn? The pastor upstairs is a child molester. We literally, a sister came to the school. She saw his name up in the lobby. She said, "Oh, y'all don't know who that is?" We like, "Nah." She's like, "That's the pastor. He was convicted of child molestation." She's like, "Look him up." So I was looking him up, but I couldn't find I couldn't find it. So I had to call the sister. I'm like, "What did you say his last name was?" She was like, "His name's such and such." And I looked it up, and it said that he was fondling a 16-year-old parishioner of his church. You know what I mean? Because that's how a lot of those pastors are able to molest kids, because the parents trust the pastor. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a troubled kid. If you're a troubled kid, the pastor come around and say, "Hell, man, you know, I can keep him in church all day." You know, and then you the mom or you the dad, and you like, "Oh man, that'd be great if he just be in church all day. If he just be around the pastor all day." Because otherwise, what? You'd be in the streets smoking weed, cutting school, blah blah blah. We know. So they leave you in the care of that pastor, right? And that pastor, he walking around with his underwear on while you in the crib. You get my point? And that's where it happens. That's where it happens. That pastor's like, "Go ahead and get in the shower," like you cat upstairs. "Go ahead and get in the shower." The other brother sleep. That's what I was reading. The brother sleep, and they fondled him. He woke up to the pastor fondling him. Man, what's going on in the chat?
I was just saying, the question.
Oh, okay. So yeah, let's get some more on it, man.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy end.
At the last end, right? That's when the last days, like we living in now. You're being increased. That's what it is. Like we work in this truth to be increased. If you a sister in the school, you can do stuff to increase yourself. You don't necessarily just have to be a sister in the school. You can do amazing stuff. You just can't teach the Bible. That's it. That killed that. Nobody wants to do that. I can't teach. I don't want to do that. But you can be, you can be an amazing sister. You can get all kind. You want glory. You a sister and you want glory in the truth. Look, I'm gonna show you how to get it. I'm gonna tell you how to get it. You can bring something to the table. That's what this whole thing is about. Bringing stuff to the table. You bring something to the table that nobody can deny. Look, man, you'll get what you want. You'll get righteous praise, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this sister here, this sister, man, she got this going, she got that going. That's what sisters can do in the school. Amazing stuff that I'm trying to figure out still, you know what I'm saying? But the sisters, like I always say, I know they're not listening to me. They don't give a damn what I'm saying. But the sisters can do great things. Sisters can get into spaces that I can't get in. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'8", black with braids, with a beard that's not even shaped up. I'm walking in there like, yo, we need some food. That nigga gonna look at me like, we ain't got none. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I walk up like, hey man, what's up? They like, nothing. I was at the slavery one time. I walked in, it was like a room full of white boys, right? So I walk in the room, I see a white boy standing over, you know what I mean? Because we about to do a meeting or whatever. He's from like the other building. I was like, what's up, man? He was like, nothing. Like, he should have said like, oh man, nothing, ain't no shit, nothing. But he looked at me like, he said, nothing. Like, like I was like, trying to press him or something. Well, I was saying, well, what's up? He was like, nothing.
He seen the grizzly bear. So like,
you know what I mean? Like he didn't catch on to the coolness. You know what I mean? Like nothing's up. But yeah. So the sisters, man, they can get into certain places that brothers might not be able to get into because maybe we look a certain way. You know what I mean? Let's be honest with it. You know what I'm saying? Like because maybe brothers might look a little bit too rough. Hair might be a little scruffy on their face. They don't look like the typical Christian going in there asking for this or asking for that. Sisters can create 501c3s. You know what I mean? 501c3s where you can get that food to help brothers out and so that we can give away 15,000 pounds. Where we can, we can take, shave off 3,000-4,000 pounds and give away the other, 10,000. You see what I'm saying? Like that's the role that a sister can do in this school. Sisters can do classes, you know what I mean? Look, the sister can teach GED classes, teach, classes on science, classes on whatever the hell you think that would be beneficial to the school. Right. You can do it. You know what I mean? It's just not the Bible. But if you want to do it, look, do it. All right? Maybe then you won't be so worried about what your husband's doing all day. All right?
Hey, let's get them lights up, man. Get the lights up.
All right. The sisters ain't like it. Nothing. All right. All right. All right. What's going on in the chat? What is your father? Okay,
so I see what's going on. Now I see what's going on.
What's going on?
I cut the mic off.
No, you can talk. Go ahead. Talk about it.
So that's whoever's in the chat. Remember, they was asking about Africa.
Yeah.
All right. So I kind of see what's going on now, and then the reply, brother was asking him a question. So I see the reply is I'm asking because my driver father is African.
Oh, is African. So
somebody's father is African, but was born here.
Yeah, but yeah, you would still be technically a Hamite. Even if you were born, like if your father's an African, like Obama, like if, you know what I'm saying, if you got Obama vibes, you know what I mean, where your father is from, Nigeria, Sierra Leone or something like that, then 9 times out of 10, he'll probably be a Hamite. You know what I mean? And he wouldn't be an Israelite. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it don't matter where you born at.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like a Chinese, it don't like people get this twisted because you're born somewhere. That means like you're all of a sudden mysteriously like a new person.
Right.
No, a Chinese person that comes here and that's born here still looks Chinese like a mother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because China is in this, that bloodline is in them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Same way as us. It don't matter. It's because we here now. If we was born anywhere, you would still be able to tell that we not the same because like we don't have the same phenotype. I've looked at dark skinned Hamites, and I've looked at medium shade Hamites and lighter skinned Hamites, and they still, even the lighter skinned ones, don't have the same bone structure or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a certain
right.
spirit, it's a certain everything, but you can tell the difference, man.
Right.
You can literally tell the difference.
Right. And that's the thing too. Like it's like they try to say we're all the same, and that's the book I was bringing out. Yashara reporting from Montreal. All right, no sweat. Okay, Belizean. Oh, okay, no sweat. Okay, Liviana. Yeah, so she from Belize. So yeah, she would be Zebulon. All right, yeah. And in no way are we saying that we don't have brothers and sisters that's over there, because everybody says that. But what we're doing is we're getting ourselves like, all right, think of it like this, right? Once the 12 tribes of Israel come together here, you know what I mean, where we're at, we got to get ourselves together first. You know what I mean? And once we do that, we'll be in a position for the Lord to add something on to us, because we're moving in a big enough group cohesion to where we can add somebody from Vietnam, our brothers from Vietnam. We know that there's Israelites in Vietnam because there was a lot of black soldiers that was over there having kids with those Vietnamese women, you know what I mean, during the Vietnam War. So then even over there, they got black people, they look just like they're black, but they got chinky eyes, they got what's that called? They speak Vietnamese, but they have like that woolly hair. You know what I'm saying? Like you see they got that hair. And they over there. But I'm gonna more focus on the brothers in Belize. You know what I mean? The brothers in that's here in America. You know what I'm saying? The brothers that's in Puerto Rico, the brothers that's in that's here, that's Jamaican and stuff like that. Once we get together, we start to figure out how not to kill each other and stuff like that. Then we'll start to look other places and for the Israelites, Lord willing. All right. All right, no sweat. All right, we're gonna move on. Oh man, we got Parashi in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. What's going on, sir? Shalom, Lord of Christ.
They smell good.
ISUPK. The brother's going crazy in the chat. ISUPK, United Kingdom. Yeah, they in the United Kingdom. Captain Parashi gonna find them.
Right.
They smell different. Hey, look, can you bring that African sign up here, please? Let's bring the African sign up here. No. The one. You know what I'm talking about. The actual board. Yeah, because look, man, we gotta stop this. When you look at like different countries in Africa, man, we don't look the same. Okay, when you look at like say a here in America, right? You look at the African sign. It might be one of them is like the back or whatever. But when you look at like the different countries around Africa, you can clearly see that they look different. When you look at say like a person is Chinese, right? Say they were born here in China. Chinese people been here for hundreds of years. Then when you look at a Chinese person that's in China right now, they look the same.
Exactly the same.
East Indian person could be born here in America, but they could have been here. East Indian people been here for hundreds of years. When you go over there to the East Indian people, they look the same. When you look at black people, we don't look like this.
Period.
What nigga looks like this? There is no people that look like that.
Look at the baby.
Right, we look totally different. I don't give a damn if you try to say it's because it's tribal or whatever. We still would look the same. They look totally different.
You could, if I may.
All right, no sweat. We're gonna go on.
If I may, you could take some Negroes from here and do that same thing to them. Paint their face, put the bumps, the little dots, the tribal stuff. You can put the cuts in their face, and they're still not.
Right, they would look like a nigga who got stuff on his face.
Yeah, like
Hey, can you see me again real quick? Brother.
I got you, sir.
All right, no sweat. That is, oh hell no. All right, let me fix this. Man, y'all got me messing up the camera. With some bones. They're gonna be messing it up for some bones. I think they just want to had it and make me pull out the bones. All right, no sweat. Let's keep it going. All right. So the next scripture I want to bring out is Dewey, I appreciate that. Let me get 2 Corinthians 10:4. Second Corinthians 10:4. Constantly study too. Study. Remember the general used to always tell me that too. I didn't for the first when I was when I was an officer of 50, he used to say, study. And I used to, you can get stuck in, you can get stuck in not studying when you're a young officer because the men that's been around before you will just take every damn thing. So you can get caught like that. Don't make the same mistakes that I made when I was a young officer. Study. You know what I'm saying? Read. You should be reading every single day. Every single day you should be learning something new because you can get complacent. You can get real lazy in the truth too. You can just sit back and be like, well, I ain't gotta never fight no battles. Everybody else will just fight the battles for me. I don't ever have to say anything because everybody else will say everything. I don't ever have to teach class because everybody else will teach class. But then that Christian you're gonna run into that Christian that knows the scripture. That they don't know them right, but they know the scriptures. Right? I be like, sometimes them Christians be going with all these scriptures. I be like, damn, they really be studying. So you gotta study too. You know what I'm saying? So that you can match it. All right. Otherwise, you're gonna look stupid. Go ahead.
That's how Talbert was. Talbert was down here pulling every scripture he didn't learn since Sunday school when he was a kid. You know what I mean? And it still didn't match up with logic.
Right. So that's why you got to make sure you ask questions. And if you don't know, and then when we say if you do you understand it? If you don't understand it, just say you don't understand it. Don't say, yeah, I got it. And then in your mind, you're like, man, I don't got it. You know what I mean? Just don't be like that. We here to learn it. All right. Who are we at? 1 Corinthians 10:4.
Second.
Was that second? Yeah, 2 Corinthians 10:4. Slack it.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Say that one more time.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right. It'd be so crazy, man. When people be thinking that. I had worked at this one place where they manufacture gun parts. For a nigga to think that the Lord knew what he was doing when he put us under Esau. He knew exactly what he was doing. Esau is the most powerful nation on this planet right now. There's no way you're going to be able to beat Esau and get the kingdom of heaven. The Lord is not going to let you beat Esau and get the kingdom of heaven while you're still sinning.
Right.
The Lord will handle Esau. The Lord will give us the vengeance. The Lord will give us the retribution when we're ready to get it. We're not ready to get the retribution. What you think? You're ready to get rid of Esau when you can't even figure out how to not celebrate Christmas? You can't even stop that. But you ready to run the planet? Right. No, you're not ready. No. You think the Lord's gonna give you? Do you think the Lord's gonna give the glory to the Nation of Islam to bring down white supremacy? Right? The Lord ain't gonna do it because they not ready to do it. What the hell you think this is? The Lord has a specific thing that we have to do to get the power. You're not going to get it by thinking that you're going to fight your way out of it. We tried that. Now, fighting will get us a little cosmetic, little upgrades, right? We'll get a little cosmetic upgrade throughout the years. Now we don't have to go sit on the back of the bus, but you ain't on your own bus. Now we can go to white stores, but you ain't got your own stores, right? Now we can go into a restaurant and eat, and they gotta serve you, but it ain't your restaurant.
Right.
You know my point? Like the only cosmetic things that we've gotten is it being able to be stomached by the other nations. That's the only upgrade you got. You didn't get civil rights, man. It was like the best thing that ever happened. No, it's not. The only thing we did during civil rights is we just made it to where we convinced the other nations to just accept us and look at us like we were human beings. That's it. That's not an upgrade. That's just a cosmetic upgrade.
Right.
So it's like, well, all right, you bringing all your money, so what the hell? We'll stomach you because we want all your money. So that's that. So yeah, you can come into our swimming pool. We'll fight you on that too. Because all through the summer, that's all you see, right? On Facebook and Instagram and TikTok is videos of black kids trying to go to a white pool. Right. And the white people like, hey, did you guys take a shower before you got in the pool? You got to run into a goddamn Karen every time you go to a damn pool. You know what I'm saying? But you guys stop horse playing around the pool. You got to go through all that. But, we can go to the pool, though. I mean, it's legal. You can go to the pool, but nobody ever said that they had to accept you being able to go to the pool. You're just allowed to go, right? So cosmetically, we've made upgrades, but the power dynamic has never changed, all right? But the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, meaning that it's a spiritual battle that we have to play. It's no sense in putting a gun in a nigga's hand if he doesn't know who to shoot. You get my point? You know what I mean? It's no point. What, we gonna arm nigga? We gonna arm everybody up and then what? Nigga you gonna shoot me? Every video, you ever see them videos where niggas have a ton of guns in the video? They like this pointing at the screen. That's for me. That ain't for nobody else. Habibi is in the hood. He got I seen in Philly they had them dudes who like them security dudes, them real security dudes. They called Pennsylvania agents or something. Yeah, at the gas station. That's who Habibi got. Habibi got our own people to watch his store. You know what I mean? And they'll shoot you. They look. Without the power, they was talking about on the news. They said that they got the legal authority to do anything to protect the store. I don't know. Maybe y'all can help me out. Is that a different type of security? Go ahead.
They have.
Can you give them the mic?
Yeah, I had posted that in the chat one day. That they have these agents, like you said, they're Pennsylvania certified agents that protect that store. They walk around all day, all night, 24-hour protection, with like AK-47 and ARs on, and they can use whatever, like they said, whatever means possible to protect the store. Now granted, the store been robbed a couple times, but like you said, they're using our own people.
Right.
You know what I mean? To kill us. They'll never let us work there, but they'll let us protect their stuff.
Right. So okay. So is there like security clearance like more than that of a regular security guard?
Well, let me look that up.
What would be the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like between, it got to be a difference.
Gives him the right to.
Right. It got to be a difference because the way these cats look like they UPK security type niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like they look like they official. You know what I'm saying? Like they. You ever see him talk about? Go ahead.
It's an article. It's on 6 ABC. It says we're Pennsylvania state agents and we're not security. Basically, what we do is security details when the public calls upon us, when the police can't be there.
So they might have a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like if they shoot and kill you, then it's where it was mean. They, you know what I mean? They just, you know, they was stopping the threat, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? It's serious up in Philly, boy. They ain't playing no games. I was like, damn. They look like we talked about. They look like they got like them Tams. You know what I mean? Not like you know what I mean? They like the berets. They got the berets, and they be walking around like this with they straight got the what's that called? The bulletproof, you know what I'm saying? They got the bulletproof vest. They walking around, you know what I'm saying? They just securing the So if you go get gas from this place in Philly, North Philly, you gonna see them, and they there. So any nigga that try to run up in there, try to act stupid, whatever, they gonna deal with you straight like that. It ain't nothing you can do, and you can try to come back with niggas if you want, because them niggas, them security, they got the law on their side. So you know what I mean? They'll bust you behind. All right. Any more on that? You was good. All right, no sweat. So go ahead. Who is reading? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Yes, sir. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's right. What's the strongholds? Give me some.
What would it be like? The pulling down of Esau's strongholds, right?
Right. Go ahead. Christianity. Holidays. Right. Those are the strongholds. Gangs. All of those things. Go ahead.
Systematic oppression.
Yeah, systematic oppression, right? Because the warfare is spiritual. Once we come together, then it'll fall.
Right.
You get my point? Like, it's not gonna fall if we still in it.
Right.
Whatever we give our spirit to flourishes. So like, okay, we there's no sense in us having guns. Not saying like you can't protect yourself, but I'm saying the warfare. There's no sense in fighting a warfare with guns if you still need the oppressor to bring in your weed. You still need the oppressor to bring in your coke.
Right.
Right? So you're not going to want to get rid of them totally because you need them to bring your coke in. You need them to bring your bath salts so you can eat somebody's face. You need them to bring in the ice, right? You need them to bring, what's that, K2. You need them to bring all that in so you can go crazy. What's that? That's another one we got a problem with.
Drugs in the gas station.
Yeah, we got drugs in the gas station. If you, look, I've never been that desperate. I'm like, there. I never had like $2 in my pocket. I was like, man, I can get some weed from there. Go ahead.
So like if I may, a lot of brothers that's on parole and probation, they smoke K2 because it'll get them past the drug test.
And they say that weed is not an addiction.
Right.
Weed is absolutely an addiction. If you're going to smoke some weed for $4.99.
That's the stuff they're going crazy on, right?
Yeah. Look, this dude was I got it on camera on my phone. I came up to the light. Dude was in the ring. He was fighting a big bag. He was fighting the bag, and I could see people coming up to him and going around him. You know what I'm saying? Like people was coming up, like going around him, going through the light, and he's like throwing the bag around, and it's pouring down raining.
Right.
He's in the middle of the street, just going crazy. Like you could tell he was on some wet. You know what I'm saying? That's PCP, or
right.
He was on, some K2 or something like that, where he had a bad reaction. And so now it's time for me to come up to him. So I came up to him. He walked right in the middle of the street and walked up to the front of the car. I was like, yo, you better get the fuck out the way. And then I went around him.
Right.
Sorry for my language, but I went around him, and he walked in front of the car, and he looked at me, he made eye contact with me, on some, he was a transformer or something. And he walked up and he looked at me like this. And then I was like, yo, man, move out the way. You know what I mean? Yo, man, move out the way. And I went around him, and then I went on and got on the highway. But yeah, drugs got a hold on our people, man. So,
right.
The weapons of our warfare is not carnal. But it's not carnal because, it's a spiritual battle. And that'll bring down the strongholds. Keep going.
Verse 5. Casting down imagination and every high thing that is exalting itself against the knowledge of God.
The thing that exalts itself. right? So hold on, real quick. Yeah, she said that the African Americans don't look like people in Africa. That's the should tell you right there. That's my point. Go ahead.
So like, I think that's a brother using a female page. I think he's a young man.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it said in the comments.
Oh, they don't look like that's tell you right there. Everybody on this earth looks alike. All right, Colombians look like Colombians. You know, East Indians look like East Indians. Black people, we don't look like nobody over there. It's crazy. But yeah, go ahead. Verse 5.
Verse 5.
2 Corinthians 10 and 5.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
What's that? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get the brother a little second, and then I'll let you got it. You get it, Robin Carr.
Is it going against everything that the Most High is saying?
Not the Most High is saying. Right, we don't go against that. We never go against that. No sweat. It's the way Paul writes. Go ahead.
Basically, he's telling us like all the imaginations, like you know how we believe in astrology.
Can you get a brother the mic? I listened to the class before, and it's horrible when they can't hear you.
When it says like casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, it's your religions, your ideologies, like I said, astrology, for example. You know what I mean? We put our trust in signs, and you know we don't think we're compatible because you was born in July or born in August. You know what I mean?
But they're bringing it into captivity.
Right. It says pulling down against the knowledge. America exalted itself, above God. Rome, you know what I mean? They got us worshiping, the cross. They got us worshiping Mary and the Catholic Church. You know, these things that exalted itself against God. Islam, and Iraq. And it says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ, bringing into captivity every thought, which means like we bring all our thoughts together in under the law. You know.
Well, you bring right, but the captivity part, bringing into captivity, right? Every thought to the obedience of Christ is like every thought that's out there. Right. Like people might think it's okay to celebrate Christmas. Right. People might think it's okay to celebrate Thanksgiving, but you're bringing into captivity every thought that everybody has about anything that they thinking about. Thinking they might look at the scripture and say, "Well, it's okay to eat pork." You bringing into captivity that thought. Right. And oh yeah, we can celebrate Christmas. See right here. Oh, we can eat what we want. Oh, we no longer under the law. We don't got to keep the law. Right. You bringing into captivity every thought into the obedience of Christ. Right. So that's what the message is. The message is for us to get out there and not the message, but the work that we do is we bring into captivity every thought that everybody might have about what they think they know. And what we do is we go out there and show them that they don't know a damn thing. Right. All right. No sweat. Anybody got any questions on that? You good, sis? You good on that? All right. No sweat. All right. Matthew 10 and 34.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
That's for brothers that come into the truth. And, when you come into the truth, those are the things that you're going to have to deal with. Because if people think that Christ is just all about love and, following Christ is just going to be something that's going to bring you and your family together, but it's not. You think that it's going to be, your homeboys. Your homeboys, you think they're gonna really follow you into the truth. Your homegirls, you think they're gonna follow you into the truth because they know who you are. They know that you a solid sister and you cool and all that. Yeah, I know. You're gonna think that, but then you're gonna come into the truth and they not gonna come. That's what's gonna happen. And they're gonna look at you like you're a fool, right? Because, you know, for sisters, it's gonna be because, you know, maybe because you wear a dress and you got your head covered up. So they're gonna look at you like, well, you know, you look old. You don't, you know, you're not doing what the normal women are doing at this time right now, which is, you know, showing their behind everywhere, right? So you look a little weird, you know. Keep going. Read it one more time. I just kind of lost my thought real quick, but I'm gonna bring it
Matthew
back.
chapter 10 and verse 34.
Uh-huh.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
10 and 34, right?
Oh,
No
God.
sweat. I'm right there with you. Okay, let's go.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Right. Go ahead. Because the Christ didn't come to bring peace, but he came to bring a sword. The sword is that with something that you fight with, right? Go ahead.
Verse 35. For I have come to set a man a variance against his father.
Right. Because remember, when you follow Christ, you decide to come into this truth and you follow Christ, you're going to be at variance, at odds, right? You're going to be at odds with your father. Yeah, your father. You're going to be at odds with him because his idea of what Christ is not going to be yours because you are in the truth. So yours is different, right? Keep going.
For I have come to set a man a variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother.
How would a daughter be against her mother?
Because her mother got different beliefs than her daughter has, right?
Yeah, or a sister got a husband that got another wife. Yeah, the mother gonna be like, I would never let that happen. I would never do that, right? So your mom is gonna be against you because she's gonna be like, you're with a man who has another wife. I would never do that. I would never be with your father if that happened, right? Yeah, and what'll happen is that sister will feel some kind of way if she's not strong enough. She'll feel like she's stupid. And because of that, she'll leave the truth. You know what I mean? Like those things, like the truth about Christ, the truth about the Bible, the truth about the Israelite culture, the truth about our culture, period, is offensive to people. It's offensive. And if you're not built to handle those things, you're going to be offended as a result of it. And you're going to leave. It's just a matter of time before you leave. Some niggas just leave quicker than others. But if you down and you stay down, then you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to make that choice and say, well, go ahead and talk about like I don't give a damn what anybody thinks because really think about it. When do family come together anyway? 3 times a year. Go ahead. Funerals, 1. Weddings. Christmas. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
4 times out of 365 days.
Right.
You don't really mess with your family like you think you do. You know what I mean? Your family is your niggas that you hang with. That's really who your dogs is. I mean, you might have a cousin that you talk to, you know, like I got a cousin that I talk to all the time, you know, but that's it. I got one cousin that I talk to all the time. That's it. One cousin, and one aunt. You're like my Aunt Linda. And he said, but he better than me. I'm better than him. Damn, one? With one? You know what I'm saying? I got one. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I might talk to 4 or 5 cousins. I don't know on the regular, but I talk to one. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord, when you follow the Lord, he's going to set you at variance. He's going to set you at odds with the people that you think that you love. Right? Go ahead. What's up, Bob?
You got a question in the chat. The question is, how do we know that we have the truth or that we're the truth?
How do we know that we're the truth?
Yeah, how do we know that you are the truth? Or how do we know, they're asking us, how do we know that this organization is the truth?
Well, you could tell an organization by the fruit that it bears. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see, and you know, I don't really want to get into like other, you know, figures or like groups, but you can see the fruit that it bears, like with ISUPK. You know, when we go out and we get into debates and we win the debate, Israel wins the debate, right? None of Israel went into the conscious community.
Right.
and fought against, you know, all them cats,
Right.
all of them.
They stay silent.
Right, they stay silent. They ain't say nothing. But guess what? When Captain Zariak, the ISUPK went in there and fought against, you know, the whole conscious community, all them nuts. They're nuts now. They was nuts before, but they really nuts now.
Right.
You know what? Young Pharaoh. What the other? Give me some more. Polite. Give me some more. Shaka Atmos. What's the one? Young Pharaoh. What's her name? The Talk Black to Me chick. Sonetter. And every goofy Black Jesus. Like if you listen to Black Jesus, you are totally a damn nut.
Right.
Right? Every single person that we went in there and fought, when we won, you won.
Right.
You might not want to attribute the win, right? But you might want to follow it rebelliously. But everybody knows that the ISUPK is the quintessential group
Damn right.
on the earth right now. Everybody knows that. I don't give a damn if you want to give us the credit or not.
Right.
You can tell the tree by the fruit that it bears.
Damn.
Commander Junior Hunter, we don't have one nigga that talk all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know how like some of these figures are like groups, it's one nigga.
Right.
Once that one nigga gone, it ain't nothing else. It's done. We got Captain Mashak, Captain Malquad, Captain Gadalhar, you know what I'm saying? Mataza Pa, you know what I mean?
Right.
We got Zarai Bakar.
Right.
We got Matazi Allah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got so many leaders in here. So many leaders all over the place. And you see it. Commander Junior Hunter don't have us in no goddamn choir suits.
Right.
Looking like we going to work. Israel never dressed like a damn like we was going to work.
Right.
Go ahead.
So
you got the mic. You got the mic.
Oh, Salagia, and so the if I may.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, everybody? Yeah, everybody. We in one body. What the scripture say? Damn right. One body, one mind, one spirit.
Right.
Right. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, everybody.
It's easy. It's elementary, man.
Hold on, let me see something, y'all. Right. So we one body, one spirit. So we all, you know what I'm saying, are in this body. Right. And God chose Commander Junior Hunter.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple.
That's simple. You know what I'm saying? What people don't understand is that, you know, they follow the ISUPK, they follow us rebelliously. The same way the Israelites followed Moses, but they followed him rebelliously in the wilderness. They was talking against Moses. You know, the Lord will set up the brother who the Lord wants to, you know, lead the nation. And Commander Junior Hunter is the leader of the nation, period. I don't give a damn what you say. Every single group came out of One West, period. They're offshoots. Why would you join, tell me this, why would you join a camp that came from a camp, that came from a camp, that came from a camp, that came from a camp?
Right.
That makes no goddamn sense. Unless you were if you're an offshoot nigga, you might be an offshoot broad who might, you know, feel like, you know, I like the offshoots. You know what I'm saying? I like the what's that? You like Bobos. Any nigga in here like Bobos? Bobos. Sneakers that are like you. Anybody here buy sneakers from? Does anybody buy sneakers from Walmart? Y'all niggas don't buy no shoes from Walmart. A nigga don't buy no shoes from Walmart. Nigga, you don't wear no Bobos. Nigga, you wear Jordans. This brother was selling a pair. Not selling a pair. You gave a pair away. But would you give away the Jordans like this with Jordan like this? Like ready, you know what I mean? Ready to cross over on a nigga? Nah, you ain't gonna give those to us. You gonna get the ones where, you know, Jordan's like this.
Like the Shaqs.
Because everybody wants the real deal. Nobody wants the knockoff. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Let's not be let's not, you know, fool ourselves with this. All right? No sweat. All right, keep reading. Oh, sorry. Verse 35.
Verse 35. For I have come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right. So when you come into the truth, man, you're a brother in the school. Remember that that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If you can't handle that, you're going to leave the truth. That's bringing it back to resetting the room, right? What we're talking about, brothers and sisters who leave the truth. They leave the truth because they don't have enough balls to stick around. Men and women, balls, both of y'all, balls. Women don't got enough balls to stick around. And these are the things that's going to happen to you because you are not you're not in a position to be strong, and you can be. You know, this truth is about making you stronger. That's why when you come to class, you're supposed to listen to what we're saying, and you're supposed to internalize what we're saying and actually put it to work. Not just listening to a damn bunch of scriptures. You can listen to scriptures all day, but if you're not going to listen to it, then what the hell is the point? Right? You're never going to listen. So you got to put a concerted effort to work at it. Right? The truth is not like you're going to come in here and magically all your vices are going to be gone. You're going to have to fight it. You're going to have to go through the hurt. Remember, when a person gets off of heroin, right? They go through that stage where they're like this. You know what I mean? That's the hurt part, right? But a lot of people can't go through that unless they're in prison. You know what I mean? When you're a dope fiend, you a dope fiend, you sitting on the floor and you can't get no more dope. So you got to go through a cold turkey, right? That's how you get through addiction. You get through addiction by pain. You don't get through addiction by one day you just wake up and you just don't want to do it no more. You got to go through pain. And that's how the truth is. You got to go through pain for the truth. When you see the generals, they can give you good advice because they went through pain. You know what I'm saying? To get where they are. When you're looking at a captain or officer of 5,000, officer of 1,000, officer of 500, officer of 50, the reason that they're able to give you the understanding is because they had to go through pain.
Right.
To get there, to understand what you're going through. Because you cannot get from the bottom to the top without pain. They even say it even when you're working out. No what? No pain, no what? No gain. Go ahead, Matala Pop.
So I heard a part in there where it said, Christ came to set, a father at variance with his son and a mother at variance with her daughter, and that, what the Christian church teaches goes against what is actually written in the book. They actually teach, under the banner of Christianity, the mom is in the same spirit as the daughter, the father's in the same spirit as the son. You know what I mean? Only in here do you see a separation. Because you see a separation of, I'm going to serve the Lord. And if my mom is not going to do it, that's where that scripture is coming true. If my father is not going to do it, that's where this scripture is, coming true, where, Christ is separating those that's going to follow me and those that's not going to follow me.
And that's what it all boils down to.
In the Christian church, everybody follows, this white, this false Jesus, shall we say.
Yeah. And that's what you got to prepare your soul for when you come into this truth. Otherwise, you're going to leave, man. I done seen a bunch of brothers leaving. Look, I was on my way to, I was going to Georgia. I was riding down with Captain Tawar, man, and we were talking about brothers who we don't see no more. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, he was like, what's up with the brother, man? What's up with the brother Tazabar? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He asked me about him. What's up with Tazabar? Like, he left. Nigga sat in all these classes. And what the hell? I'm bringing his name out. What the hell? Nigga sat in all these classes and we talked about all this brotherhood. When he in here on Tuesdays? We sit just like we sitting in here on Tuesdays. He's sitting in here on Tuesday with me, listening to me do magic tricks.
Right.
You like that? Look at this rabbit that's coming out of the hat. I'm up here doing magic tricks for this nigga, teaching them about brotherhood. What the nigga do? Leave. So how much brotherhood is that? If you really got brotherhood for your brother, then you'll suffer, right? You'll suffer through pain. The pain might be, man, you might like, man, I don't want to go to this class tonight. But you'll suffer through it because because we loyal to each other.
Right.
Right? Sister come in here. She comes in here half tired, right? But she comes in here with a pot.
Right. Right.
We don't see that part. We just see the eating part. But we don't, you know what I mean? But we don't see the part where you got to thaw the meat out, and you got to season the meat, and you got to massage those spices in there. We don't see that part. That's the part. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to crystallize the idea.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mataziala crashed his car.
Right.
To come here to hold the guard tonight. Y'all don't even know. I'm not talking about y'all in the class, but the people that's online. A brother is in class right now because he crashed his car on the way to hold the guard. He crashed his car and he's still sitting here right now in class.
Damn right.
Right.
Didn't make it.
Yeah,
That's right. Give it up. Those didn't make any excuses to get up.
He didn't make no excuses, did he?
Like, y'all gotta leave right now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's sitting here right now. That's the kind of commitment that you need to be, to be a brother in the truth. The Lord is going to throw everything at you. Satan is sitting back like, I bet if he wrecked that car, he ain't gonna go. And he's like, damn. Satan like, God damn it. This nigga can't get him. Maybe we might have to send a big booty chick his way. They get everybody, don't it? They get everybody. They get everybody. Well, it might not be nothing else. That might not be able to get you, but that will. Checking in from Pocono. All right, what's going on, Poconos? Yeah. They asked the brother, they said, where are you from? His brother said, Poconos. Remember that? What was the joint? I was like, wait a minute. Are you from Trenton? He was like, nah, I'm from the Poconos. Like, well, why the hell are you reporting on a Jersey?
Oh
yeah. Like, where you from? He was like, Poconos. They was like, why the hell are you reporting on Jersey? Nah, it's like it. All right, no sweat. All right, let me get First Timothy 4:1. All right, so Kwayashwan, you know who Timothy is?
No.
No? I'm gonna help you out. Timothy was Paul's young bull.
Young bull.
Right, I'm gonna bring it like that. He was his young bull. You know what I'm saying? He was his young, you know what I mean? He loved Timothy. He taught Timothy. You know what I'm saying? Timothy rolled with him. You know what I'm saying? And what he did was he taught Timothy how to set up a school. Just like, brothers in here get taught. How to set up a school, what to look out for, things to keep his eye on. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we talk. This is Timothy, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy. All right. So let's get Timothy 4:1. He's gonna talk about how when you set up this school, how we set up the school. There are going to be brothers that's going to leave. There's going to be sisters that's going to leave the school, but he's telling Timothy how to handle it. All right, you got it.
1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from faith.
Right, some shall depart from the faith. What is faith?
It's true.
Right, it's the truth, but what else is it?
Like you just won't believe in the Bible anymore, right?
Mataziala, can you got me faith without works? Hold on, I'll get it real quick. I'll get it for you. Write it down. Okay, Most High in Christ. Hey, we got the wine. The wine is officially in North Carolina for the Black Party. All right, we good to go. Yeah, that's right. Give it up. Brother's like, we clapping for the wine. Look, the brother sent it. See, that's brotherhood right there. Right. Let me bring it in. Let me bring it in. I want to show my people. See that? The wine is there. Other way. Yeah. The wine is there. All right. There we go.
Hey, y'all.
Water to this brother.
Y'all on this side. Over here. Over here.
So we got the wine, man, for the black party. All right, no sweat. That's, man, we doing intercontinental moves around here. All right, so 1 John 4:1. Could you read it one more time from the top, please?
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly,
Mm-hmm.
that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith.
Faith. With faith. Did somebody get it? Nah, I'll get it.
James
James, what?
2. Oh, you want the faith without?
Yeah.
In Hebrews one.
Yeah.
You want the one in Hebrews?
Yeah. I'll get it to you if you need it.
Hebrews are about.
No, without works.
Oh, you want the one without words?
I got it right here. Faith without works. It is James 2:14. All right, that's what I want to do to bring us home. Yeah, James 2:14.
Come.
What you about to roll?
No. They said no. You want me to read it?
All right, no sweat. I'll read it.
I can read it.
Okay, no sweat.
They need to,
You said they need to be in here, huh?
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
What do it profit, my brethren,
Mm-hmm.
though a man say he hath faith
Mm-hmm.
and have not works?
Mm-hmm.
Can faith save him?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15.
No sweat. Nah, we get another brother. Could you get James? Hold on. Okay, you got it.
The book of James, chapter 2, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, verse 16, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. What does it profit? Verse 17, even so faith, if it has not works, is dead.
It's what?
It's dead.
Say what? Say what you say?
If it has not works, is dead.
Right. So the brother who leaves the truth, someone's going to depart from the faith. Brothers are going to leave the truth because they don't have faith. They're going to fall weak. They're going to leave and they're going to stop doing the work. They're going to stop holding class. The sister going to stop cooking. She's going to stop coming down here. That's what's going to happen. The scriptures is straight telling you that. Read it one more time. No, not you. Come on. Man, who the hell? Shalom, sir, Lord of Christ. And that's also part of the brotherhood too, where brothers will call you and hang up on you. Hold on 1 second. Shalom, sir, Lord of Christ. This is Zion. He said, who this? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. This. Come. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Concert. All right, no sweat. I got that link. Lord Christ. Hell yeah, here we go. You know, some more people that departed the faith, right? And yeah, read it one more time, please. Read it one more time. Trooper Kwai Aswan, not Trooper Kwai Aswan. Trooper Kwayaswan, man. Maybe he got this test now. I don't know. Will it be Officer Kwayaswan? I don't know. Only the Lord knows.
We going back to Timothy, sure, right?
Yeah, Timothy 4:1.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressively, that in later times some shall depart from the faith,
Mm-hmm.
giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Doctrines of devils, man. When a nigga leave the truth, the first thing you want to do is love the oppressor. Right. He want to find a good oppressor. Go ahead and talk about.
Like, if I may, let me see real quick. Hey, y'all relax. The first brother I ever seen leave the truth, man. When I seen him, it was crazy because when I seen him, he went on live. He went on live and he had a pink button up, a pink button down shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and he had it buttoned all the way up to the neck too. It wasn't even like he ain't had no swag with him. No swag with him. And he had it tightened up all the way to the neck, right? And the first thing he said when he came on the live was he said, "Shalom all nations." He said, "Shalom." Well, first he stopped.
That was the brother, right? That was the one brother. Okay.
So the first thing he did was he showed his cover. He showed his cover. Well, the first thing he did, he said, "I was in the IUIC." I didn't even know that part.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I was in the IUIC." He showed like a trinket or something from the IUIC, something that he was holding on to. He said, "I was also in the ISUBK." But and I taught John 3:16, but John 3:16 ain't talking about just us.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking about everybody. And when I seen it, I just could not believe it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't believe that. That
hey,
you know, that
right,
was,
man.
That was the first person that I seen. That was actually the first person I seen leave the truth. So it was like crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like actually seeing it. So like,
no. Hey, you're right. Go ahead.
So faith. So can faith mean like loyalty? Your loyalty to like.
Yes,
God.
faith is work. Faith is loyalty. Yes, it's all of that. You know what I mean? It's your loyalty to the truth. But with faith, you have to have works to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got faith to me, if you got faith to the truth, then you got faith to me too. You got faith to your brothers as well. But the only thing that's going to prove that you have that faith is by showing that you're here. You know, right. The best ability is what?
Availability.
Right, availability. So you want to have that availability. To us, you want to be in here. I know y'all brothers drive a long way to get here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that's your test. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Lord put in front of you. That's what you want. That's what you said, I'm going to take on. So it's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's whatever our test is, we got to be here. The same way that some brothers' test is the Day of Atonement, they in a pit, digging a hole. The Day of Atonement, the brother might not have the ability to take off like you got. He might not have 3 weeks, 4 weeks vacation like you got. That brother might have to go to work. And he's in a hole digging, and he can't eat or can't drink nothing all day. You know what I mean? That's faith. The faith, because he's showing that he has faith. Like he want to drink like everybody else that want to drink that's digging a hole. But it's faith that he has to you that he's not going to break the fast. He's going to do what he has to do for the Day of Atonement. That's the works. You know what I'm saying? The sister that go through what she's going through, being under the ridicule of her family and her friends and her, homegirls who tell her that she's stupid for doing this. That's the ridicule that we all have to go through, but we overcome it with the works, and that's how you prove that you have faith. You can't have faith without works. A lot of the Christians, they say, well, I love God. Oh, yeah. Oh, I just love Jesus. Lil' Kim get up there and say, I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Megan Thee Stallion said the same thing. I want to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Everybody say that they love Christ. But if you tell them, hey, you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas, well, I can't do that. You ain't supposed to be celebrating Valentine's Day. I can't do that. Nigga better bring that bear home with them stinking chocolates.
So, like, if you tell either one of them that the man that they sleeping with is their husband, they can't do that either.
Right.
But they love Christ.
Right, but you love Christ. You don't love Christ. Faith without works is dead. Keep reading.
Verse 2. Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
You know what that is?
You got a guilty conscience, right? No,
not quite. Go ahead.
Wouldn't it mean like they're blind?
Yeah, they're blind. But to have your conscience seared with a hot iron is like what Mataza Pa said, like, you know better. You leaving the truth. You know, you taught John 3:16 before. You know it.
Right.
But now you out of the truth. And now you teaching that John 3:16 is talking about all nations.
Right.
Your conscience is seared with a hot iron. You know what I'm saying? Now you teaching stuff that wasn't taught to you. Right? And you departed the faith. And that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why you out here teaching something that you wasn't taught before. That's how it goes, man. This truth is like that. All right? All right. Let me get one more scripture. Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 28 and 25. Ecclesiasticus 28 and 25. I got more scriptures, but I'm not gonna like go crazy with them. All right. Ecclesiasticus 28 and 25.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse 25.
1 second. Let me get there with you real quick. Oh, you getting there quick. All right. Okay, you got it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse 25. And weigh thy words in a balance.
Right. So watch your damn mouth. You know, watch what you say. You know, you gotta not talk all the time. You know, sometimes, you know, you might want to, and then I learned that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we all learning. We're forever learning in this school. You know, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So we're constantly learning. So we're constantly, you know, getting new information, right? But you learn things all the time. And sometimes one of the things that you might have to learn is you might have to learn to just watch your mouth and just listen. All right, keep going.
And make a door and a bar for thy mouth.
Right, meaning that you don't have to speak all the damn time on everything. Go ahead, sis.
I'm sorry, what was that scripture?
Ecclesiasticus
28 and 25.
28 and 25. Read one more time from the top, please.
And weigh thy words in a balance, and make a door and a bar for thy mouth.
Right, meaning that you don't have to talk all the time. Go ahead.
Verse 26. Beware, thou slide not by it.
By what?
Your mouth, right?
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Make sure that you slide not by your mouth. You know, because that'll get you out of here quick too. Just keep your mouth shut.
Right.
You know what I mean? But open your mouth if you got a problem with somebody. Go ahead. Ecclesiasticus 28 and 25. No sweat. All right. And go ahead.
Lest thou fall before him that lieth in wait.
Right, meaning that if you sometimes, the water. Shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
All right, we about to roll. Are you out too?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say that put me in the mindset of it's telling you to watch your mouth. You know, so you can see the person that's lying in wait. There's always going to be somebody that tries to catch you up on what you say.
Right.
And so you being an officer, and that's why, like, I think I heard you say something about being seasoned earlier. You know, you gotta be seasoned. Watch what the hell you saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's always somebody lying in wait.
Right, and then so like if you in a situation, you know, like with your family, right? You want to teach them about the truth. Maybe you might not need to say anything and just show them a video. Maybe you might need to let a higher ranking officer get in there, you know what I'm saying, and say what needs to be said. Sometimes you just got to just hold your peace and you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is all things to help you, man. Stay in the truth, endure in this truth so that you can have the longevity. Remember, the truth is about giving it your years. The truth is not about you personally. It's not about you. Nobody, you know, you don't want to make that mistake in thinking that the truth is about you. Because if you make that mistake, like for me, I don't think the truth is about me. Meaning, like, if something is going on with me, then I don't expect anything from anybody. You get my point? Like, I expect just the truth to be the truth. But you know, you don't want to make the mistake of thinking the truth is about you, because if for any reason that you feel that the truth is not there for you, you're going to figure out a way, or not figure out a way, but that's going to be the thing that's going to convince you that this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna end up leaving. We've seen a lot of strong brothers leave. We've seen a lot of strong sisters leave. So what would be any different for you? You know what I'm saying? We all gotta fight this fight. Go ahead, sis. You want to say something?
All right, you said something about yourself.
What, making the truth about yourself?
You said that, and then it was what you said after that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember exactly what it was.
Like when I said, okay, you don't make the truth about yourself, because if the truth is not there for you, then you might use that as a reason to leave the truth.
So why would if the truth is the Bible, why would that never be? Why would it not be there for you at all times?
We're talking about, what I'm talking about is the school. I'm talking about the people. You know, I'm talking about leaving the truth. Of course, the truth is the Bible, but being in the truth is being, having the brotherhood and sisterhood. So that's what the whole class is about. It's about brothers and sisters who leave, who depart from the faith. So if you start to make the truth about you, then you're going to find, if you find a reason, you'll find a reason in that. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me back that up. If you make the truth about yourself, if you make the brotherhood about yourself, if you make the sisterhood about yourself, then you'll find a reason to leave. If you feel that the brotherhood is not about you, or the sisterhood is not about you. Go ahead.
Yeah, come on, because you could be in here thinking that you're somebody. The truth is all about me. You know what I mean? Everything revolves around me. I'm the great speaker. I'm this great thinker. I'm this great everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you find out,
you gotta speak in the mic.
Then when you find out it's not about you, that it's literally about all of us. Because it's not about you. It's about a body. The body has a whole bunch of working parts. So it's not about you. Then when you realize it's not about you, what you do? You'll leave. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're not getting your ego fed. It's not all about you. It's about this brother too. This brother too.
Right.
You and me. You know what I mean?
And that's the point I was trying to make with the whole class. The truth, and you're right, sis, the truth is the scriptures. You know what I mean? The truth is the scriptures. But remember, we're all in a body. And it's not one person that this is about. It's stick around. I mean, you'll see it. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of people that leave this truth and they think that the truth is about them. The truth is not about you. It's about all of us. You know what I mean? And if you can understand that, then you're in a good position. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers think that, and I'm just going to take it off the sisters, I'll bring it on the brothers. You know what I'm saying? There's brothers who's been in this truth that think that, that every counsel is about them. Everything everybody should be talking about, it should just be about them. When it's not, it's about, we'll talk to you. We'll give you your time to deal with your problems and everything like that. But remember, there's problems. Everybody's going through problems too. Right. So you gotta be willing to make those changes. You know what I mean? And fight the fight. On your time too. You get my point? Like, it shouldn't just be like, okay, you want to talk to me for 2 hours about you getting off to stop smoking weed. So now I sit down and I talk to you for 2 hours about not smoking weed. And then you want to call me again, you smoke weed, and then you want to call me again and say, well, give me some more scriptures about smoking weed. Then I sit on the phone for you another 2 hours, and then you call, and then you smoke weed again. Then you call me back and say, hey, I don't know, man. It was just smelling good, man. I need you to smoke again. So now it's like you're making the truth about you. You know what I mean? If you're gonna get counsel, then you gotta enact the counsel. You gotta do it. You can't make the truth about you. You gotta make it. You gotta actually put the work in to actually make the change that you want to make. Go ahead.
It's a lot of yourself. If I may, a lot of the breakdowns, the scripture breakdowns that we have, the understanding of the Bible in this way, comes from learning in school and learning under men that's greater than us. You know what I'm saying? Because we would never have it. Everybody, the Christians got the Bible. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have the Bible, but they don't have the understanding and the knowledge of the scriptures.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, sis?
What?
You understand what I'm saying, or you don't?
I do. I get it. I do get it. But I don't know, maybe my carnal side is saying, like brotherhood, sisterhood, supposed to call and check. Sometimes it's what's the harm if we're gonna preach brotherhood and sisterhood about calling to check on your brother or your sister?
No, we're not talking about that at all.
Okay.
We're not talking about calling and checking on your brother. We're not talking about just checking on the sister. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about where you think that you think that this truth revolves around you. And it doesn't. The truth doesn't revolve around you. The truth revolves around the nation of Israel. It revolves around you. It revolves around you because you're in the truth, but you don't want to make the truth just about what you feel and your personal feelings about the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like a person might be like, well, you know, I don't like the way, you know, we do this, or I don't like the way we do that, and I don't like this, and I don't like that. See, the truth, you know, it doesn't. It's not about you. Like, and I can give you the advice coming from someone who has been in the truth for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the truth. This truth is not about me. It's bigger than me. You know what I mean? It's not about my personal stuff all the time. And yeah, it is about my personal stuff, meaning like, you know, if I got an issue, I get counsel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't get counsel, you know what I'm saying? But I know that this truth is bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I say like, okay, if I need to talk to somebody right now, or something is going on in my life right now, and necessarily I might not be able to get to a brother because he's dealing with something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna hate the brothers because I'm like, well, niggas ain't here right now. I'm going through something right now. I need somebody here right now to talk to me. No, because people have done that, and when you get to that point where you start to feel like that, you'll start to try to blame the brotherhood. Like, well, maybe because this brother couldn't get to me right when I wanted him right now. You know what I mean? You'll start to resent the brotherhood. When, you know, the truth is about all of us. You know what I mean? It's not just one person specifically. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Yeah, no sweat. All right. I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Zarai Bakar. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Shalom Israel. We are the ISUPK Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. This is the ISUPK security announcements. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shut themselves up the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Ma'asharah means 10th in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund is a free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of Purim. I believe it's March 5th and 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So like it, if I may be corrected, but I believe it's March 5th and 6th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Majum, we're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Yajimata. What we just said was, Yahweh, Lord bless you in the name of Christ.
Most High in the name of Christ.
Most High in the name of Christ bless you.
Mm-hmm.
We said that was the Hebrew, and I just converted to English. Sar, turn and face the sisters. Sisters of Majum. We're gonna get the sisters a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Adam Hashem Yahushua. Yajimata, class dismissed.
Robert, come on. Expect these chairs up. Come on. Have a shot.